Hello, good people of the internet. I'm Julia, and this is my first ever video on this channel. Basically, I just wanted a place where I could ramble on about books and not have it be socially unacceptable. So here we are. I even got 2 new shelves because my old ones were really small and I could barely fit anything on it, so I'd have to donate like the majority of my books all the time. But now I actually have space. And I'm not claiming to be some wise guy who can pull fabulous, underrated, unknown, underground books out of thin air. All the books I read are going to be popular in some capacity, like they're known. And I read pretty broadly in terms of genre, so this might be a little all over the place. So I'm going to be talking about my 2025 TBR and upcoming releases that I'm excited about. So the first book I want to read is White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have read a lot of books by him. I read Crime and Punishment, The Notes from the Underground, and The Meek One. Next, I'm also really interested in reading Sally Rooney's books, so Normal People, Beautiful World, Where Are You, and Intermezzo. I've heard that her writing is just like really beautiful and impactful, so I'm very interested in reading her books. The next is James by Percival Everett. It's basically a retelling of Huckleberry Finn, but from Jim the Slave's perspective. It's supposed to be the book of the year, so I'm very excited to see how it's written and what his thoughts were. Next we have Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. So this story takes place in Tokyo amongst a college student named Toru, and it's all about how he goes about coping with the recent suicide of his best friend, as well as the loneliness and isolation he faces in campus life. Then we also have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. It's a dark academia story about like 6 guys in a college and they're all taking a Greek class. I also have Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I heard so many good reviews about this book. Like, I heard it pulled people out of the depths of reading slumps. And so I really want to read this. And I also heard that it's best to go into it not knowing anything. So I didn't do any research on this book for that purpose. This is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. It's about the plague, and also I'm pretty sure it has to do with Shakespeare's family and friends, but without ever mentioning him by name. So I think that's going to be really interesting to read. I also have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is a story about a complex friendship between 2 co-owners of a very successful video game company. And that's about all I know about this book. Then I have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have seen this book literally everywhere. Everyone raves about this book. I haven't watched the show. I only found out that was a thing because I googled this book. I know nothing about this story, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it'll be good. Last of the oh my god, that's gorgeous. Okay, last of the non-classics, we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is a book about dragons. Who doesn't want to read about dragons? Clearly everybody wants to know about dragons. That's why Aragon, How to Train Your Dragon, and Wings of Fire became so popular. Okay, it's basically that, except a girl's going to a war college for dragon riders and people consistently die. I'm pretty sure there's also a man who's like evil and her enemy, so he must be the love interest. And the last of the non-classics, I lied, is A Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. If you don't know who Agatha Christie is, she's like, I could be so wrong. Am I? No, she is the world's best-selling novelist. I thought so. Okay. And she's also considered the queen of crime. Basically, she wrote Hercule Poirot. I'm just gonna write it on the screen because I probably can't say that right. He's French. They made movies out of it, so if you've seen Knives Out, the detective guy is the same guy in her novels. So I'm gonna read her first novel because I'm just interested in seeing how the story started. So these 2 are by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This one is The Last Bow, and this one is The Hound of the Baskervilles. I have read so many Sherlock stories, but I still haven't read these 2. So I have to. Next I have The Master and Margarita. This is a Russian classic. A good friend of mine recommended me this, who is from Russia, and he said this is like an essential novel to read. Next I have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I bought 4 leather-bound classics a long time ago and I never read them. So this year I really want to finish these books. I have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, The Odyssey by Homer, and please excuse the growing stack that's like coming up in frame. And lastly, Emma by Jane Austen. This is so cute. I also already started this one. I think I'm like a third of the way through or something. Oh, those are all the books that I have on my TBR for this year that I already own and are in my house. I have a few more, but I'm gonna do a haul video soon instead of just telling you what they are, because I think it's a lot more interesting to watch. Okay, and lastly, we have some books that are going to release in 2025 that I'm personally excited about. This is obviously not all the books that are going to release in 2025. A book gets published every 8 seconds. That would be literally impossible to do. But these are just some that I found interesting. Okay, first off, we have Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the trilogy of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Onyx Storm is releasing January 21st of 2025. So since I haven't read Fourth Wing yet, I am not going to go buy it, but it will be on my radar. Sorry, I just had to adjust the camera. So next I have Dream Count by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This book is supposed to be 10 years in the making, and it's a story about 4 women, their loves, longings, and desires. Dream Count is releasing on March 4th. Next, there's Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. If you guys don't know, Emily Henry is a very popular romance author. She wrote books like Beach Read and Happy Place. I've only read Beach Read and Happy Place, and I didn't really enjoy Beach Read as much as I enjoyed Happy Place, which to me is a sign that she's only getting better as she writes. So I'm actually very excited about this book. This is releasing on April 22nd. Next we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about a woman, I think it's a love story taking place in the 1980s space shuttle program. Atmosphere is releasing on June 3rd. And then one that I picked solely off of the name is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. This is by V.E. Schwab. So Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil will be releasing June 10th. And I think it's about lesbian vampires. I know nothing more of it. And the last book I'm very personally excited for is releasing on August 28th. It's called Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. It's about 2 academic rivals in Cambridge who have to travel to hell to save their professor. But for now, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be posting a haul about next week. So if you like this video, please subscribe. It would mean a whole lot to me.